With Giannis coming down the lane with a full head of steam, Wemby does something only he could do.
The screen, the drive. Oh, it's knocked away by Wembanyama.
His shot blocking is the first reason as to why the league has been put on notice, as here he comes over to force Green to make the pass, and once that happens, he's able to make the recovery to meet Smith Jr. at the basket. But with an unlucky bounce, Jabari gets the ball back for an uncontested layup, right? Wrong. Wemby comes back into the frame with another rejection. But that's only the beginning of his defensive dominance, as in a game versus the Toronto Raptors, he blocked 10 shots. First, he reads the Euro step from Jakob Poeltl and comes up with block number 1. Then off an inbounds from Barnes to Barrett, RJ gets trapped under the basket, as Wemby not only gets the block, but forces a Raptor turnover as he's able to knock the ball off of him. Then after a missed triple, he actually gets out-rebounded. However, thanks to some lightning-fast reflexes, it didn't matter, as he swats Jakob Poeltl again. Now with quickly coming downhill, it's Wemby who picks him up. With Poeltl backdoor and Jones out of the play, Wemby has to play a 2-on-1, and he wins it, coming up with block number 4. Here 1-on-1 with Jakob Poeltl down low, it looks like big brother versus the little brother, getting the snatch block for number 5. Now it's Scotty Barnes down low in no man's land, as he doesn't just get blocked once, but twice. Here out on the break, Wemby's out of the play, but because of some poor transition offense from the Raptors, they buy Victor enough time to come up with block 8. Here Scotty Barnes fakes he's gonna go for the handoff and instead cuts back door, losing Wemby. However, what players are starting to realize is you've never fully lost Wemby, as this time from behind, Barnes gets blocked again. Then the 10th block was maybe the most telling, as first Grady Dick is so worried about Wemby that he airballs a layup, and then Wemby does get the block on him on the putback attempt. Over the course of his first season in the NBA, he averaged over 3 blocks per game, and in the minds of many, me included, I thought he should have won the Defensive Player of the Year over Rudy Gobert. And plays like this show you that, as here he's able to completely shut off the paint on LeBron James and then block his mid-range jumper. Here against the Warriors, Chris Paul makes a great find for Moses Moody all alone in the paint. However, that simply doesn't matter, as Wemby comes up with another block. In another game against Golden State, he first blocks Klay Thompson's jump shot, leading to a fast break dunk, and then he gives Andrew Wiggins the little brother treatment, making it look way too easy. Off a good drive and kick from Dennis Schroeder, OG Anunoby is wide open in the corner, but it turns out he's not. Here with Obi Toppin in the post matched up against Malachi Branham, Wemby comes over to double. However, Toppin realizes this and spins away from the double team. However, he still gets his shot pinned on the glass. Even when you think you've avoided an embarrassing highlight, you haven't, as here he gives James Harden the business. On this play, Trae Young uses a pump fake to try and create an opening. However, Wemby reads it like a book, coming up with another block. Here in a tight game with the OKC Thunder, he gives his fellow rookie Chet Holmgren the little brother treatment, humiliating him with this rejection. The defense of Victor Wembanyama alone could really put this Spurs team into the play-in tournament, and when you look at the next 3 reasons as to why the NBA is terrified of him, I wouldn't put the playoffs out of reach. The second reason as to why the NBA is absolutely terrified of Victor Wembanyama is because of his ability to shoot the basketball. Before he entered the league, it wasn't his height or defense that brought the most hype, but it was in fact his ability to knock down triples. Even though his 3-point percentage was only at 32% last season, there's an argument to be made that was because of his shot selection, not because of his ability to shoot the long ball. When you dive deeper into his 3-point shooting numbers, they unveil a great shooter, as when he's shooting off the dribble, he's much better, as he made 39% of his triples compared to 27% in a catch and shoot scenario. Here off a terrible pass from Trey Jones, Wemby gathers and fires a 30-footer over Rudy, which is of course cash. Now in a similar situation, Wemby pulls another 30-footer, this time off of one leg, and after a couple lucky bounces, it drops home. Here Jokic sags way too far off of Victor as he walks into an open triple. Off the defensive stop, Wemby walks the ball up the court and casually pulls another 30-footer and rips the cords. His shooting ability is what will make him such a dangerous force in the league for years to come, as here he uses the Jones screen to get the mismatch with SGA, who simply cannot contest his shot as he pulls another off the bounce triple. This is a play the Spurs will go to often, as Jones will this time set the screen on Brook Lopez, leaving Lillard on a nightmare island, which ends up in a triple. Here with Anthony Davis, Devin Vassell will be the one to set the screen for Wemby, as he uses a boost of speed to get even more separation for the downtown bomb. Here it looks like Jones won't set the screen, but at the final moment he comes over to give Wemby the space for an open look. Now without the screen and a solid contest from Malik Monk, it doesn't matter, putting 3 more on the board in a close game. This is a ridiculous play for a 7-footer. First jabbing on the catch like he's Kobe, and then stepping back on the 3 like he's a prime James Harden. Wemby could one day be the best offensive and defensive player in the league, which is a truly terrifying thought for the rest of the league. The third reason why the league is terrified of Victor Wembanyama is because of his incredible court vision. His abilities to shoot, defend, and even handle the ball have been so polarizing that most don't even know about his playmaking capabilities. However, if you've watched a full game of Wemby last season, this will be no surprise to you, as here he uses a skip pass to beat the Suns' zone, finding Jones all alone for 3. Then only moments later, he makes an awkward catch. But that was all part of the plan, as he taps it back to Sochan, who finishes. Here it's virtually the same pass for another wide open 2. Here with Miami sending the double team from the baseline, Wemby's able to swing a pass towards the middle of the floor, finding Sochan all open in the far corner for 3. Similar to LeBron James, whenever he's in the post, his playmaking opportunities start to show themselves. Here faking the shot to find the cutting Jones. Now he makes the catch at the free throw line, and with a smart shovel pass, he gets Osman open for the layup. Here he does it again, beating the Lakers defense with a pass. Here in point guard mode, he brings the ball up the court and makes a behind the head pass to Sochan for 2 more. This level of court vision doesn't come very often, and for Victor Wembanyama to be making these passes in only his rookie season, this is absolutely terrifying for the rest of the league, as we might just be witnessing the beginning of a Nikola Jokic who can also handle and shoot like Kevin Durant, as here he hooks the pass around the defender on the baseline to find an open man. This is a truly remarkable pass, going full court to Sochan for the dunk. This play is crazy good, first getting the block on Jalen Duren, and then bringing the ball up like a guard to find Sochan on a look-away dime. This game against the Pistons was probably his best playmaking game he had last season, now threading the needle on a bounce pass to find the open man. Here he pulls down the offensive rebound, and with very little pressure from the Pistons defense, he's able to sit and wait for Sochan as he finds him with the behind-the-back pass for 2. When you look at his average of 3.9 assists per game, it doesn't look like much, but this part of his game is one that's going to continue to evolve every single season as he gets more and more comfortable in the league. The fourth reason why Victor Wembanyama will dominate the NBA for years to come is because of his finishing ability. Of course, when you're over 7 foot, finishing is going to be a strength of yours, but for Wemby, it's much different, as he's able to finish plays from much further out. As here with Aaron Gordon, he uses a quick in and out dribble and a bump to create the separation needed to bank it off the glass. Here Jamal Murray tries to make the outlet pass, but Wemby's right there to pick it off, as he then goes coast to coast for the brutal slam. Victor's so good around the basket that all you've got to do is throw it in the general area because he's going to throw it down. And now with the addition of Chris Paul, he's going to get plenty of these alley-oop opportunities, as when CP was with the Clippers, he was able to turn DeAndre Jordan into an all-star. So now with a big as talented as Wemby, Chris Paul could really make him a top 15 player in the league next season. Victor Wembanyama towers over opposing bigs, here grabbing the offensive rebound from Vucevic and then using a hook shot for 2. Here Wemby puts himself in the right position, as once Zeller commits to help, it leaves him wide open for the slam. Now it's Devin Vassell who knifes his way all the way through the defense, drawing in the contest of Rudy Gobert so he can find Wemby on the alley-oop. Vassell is a great player and will be a part of the Spurs' future, and if he could get some mentoring from Chris Paul, he could become the team's primary ball handler going forward. For Wemby, he's in the most important years of his career. As for any emerging star, the developmental years are the crucial ones, as he's got to build good habits and get comfortable within the NBA system if he's going to dominate. Do you think the San Antonio Spurs could make the playoffs next season? Let me know in the comments below.